Welcome back everyone, we're ready to kick off Warfighter, the Tactical Special Forces card game. One little correction before we head off. Aguirre has only one action, so I'll just get rid of that one. Turn-wise is pretty straightforward. We have a soldier turn, then the hostile's turn, and on the soldier turn we get to use our actions. Remember, we've got two actions for Shelton and Nur, and Aguirre has one: attack, play a card, reload, discard and draw, move, remove one, suppress. I'm going to choose to play a card, and what I'd like to do is get a new location in, so we're going to scout a location. Normally it costs an action. It may cost one or more actions to get a location, and this one says it's free to play. That means it's not going to expend one of our actions at all, so I'm happy with that. So let's get this one down. We're scouting this out. You can only scout one location per soldier turn, alright? So that's it for now, and we can only scout when there's a soldier in the leading location, alright? So I couldn't scout here, for example. Now, the first thing we do here is draw hostiles. And there's a little chart here. It refers to the number of resources we had at the start of the game. Remember, we had 41 resources. So this kind of scales depending on your mission. Alright, so our resources was 41. So we look again here, and what we'll see is for 29 or less, there's 4 hostiles. For 30 to 49, it's 5 hostiles. This number, in our case 5, says we need to put 5 experience points worth of hostiles in this location. Okay, that's a minimum of 5. So we're going to keep drawing from our hostiles deck until we hit or exceed 5 experience points. So let's draw the first card. Okay, here we go. We've got a large truck, and the experience points here are 3. Okay, and there's some values on here. I'll show you what those mean when we get going. So a large truck, 3. That leaves 2 left. Remember, we're looking for 5, so 2 left. So we'll keep drawing until we've hit 5 or exceeded 5. Draw the next one, and it's an event, and experience points are 3 also. Alright, this is a movement event. It says, during each reinforcement step, if there's a soldier in this location, draw a reinforcement card. The hostile appears if it is a 0 or a 1. So we're going to have to keep moving through and try and clear out this location. The problem is, until I have another location, I'm not going to be able to move through it. Alright, so I'm going to stay back here. I don't want to stay in the marketplace with this event encouraging reinforcements to show up. Okay, so we want to try and take out this large truck at range. And this truck is at range 1. He's 1 location away from where we are currently. Right, he's at this location. Unfortunately, it says soldiers not in this location cannot attack hostiles in this location. This is a crowded marketplace. We're going to have to enter this location and suffer potentially this reinforcement phase. Pretty tough. So I think there's nothing we can do about this. We've got to move on. We could try and refill our hand, discard and draw as an action to get that extra location, and try and move through quickly. So that is an option still. But, dear, it's not easy. It's not easy to decide. Nothing's ever easy here. So let's move. Let's move. The entrance cost of this location is shown here. Entrance is 2. That means we need 2 movement to move in there. Now each soldier has a default movement value. Shelton here has 2. Nur has 2. And Aguirre over here has a movement value of 3. So we've got no problems. All our soldiers can move in there. If we didn't have enough, if one of these was 1 for example, we'd have to discard cards to make up for that additional movement. Alright, so if Nur only had a movement of 1, we'd have to get rid of 1 card. You see, if we had 0, you'd have to get rid of 2 cards to enter with an entrance cost of 2. The next thing we need to do is assign that hostile to one of our soldiers, and this is where you get these little chits here. I'm going to find chits 1 to 3. There should be a few of each. Okay, there we go. I don't need the rest during this game. I just need to put these into a cup or a bag. And then select one at random, eyes closed. Okay, number 1. Number 1 is Shelton, so the large truck is going to target Shelton if we don't take it out. Now obviously I do have some abilities here as well. Things like advance when you are paying an entrance cost, add 3 to your movement value. Okay, but let's see, let's just all move in there. Let's take an action each. So I'm going to flip over each of our actions. I'm going to have to keep Aguero with me as well. We're all going to move in. If you take a look at our large truck, it's got 3 targets on it. That means it's going to need 3 hits. The trouble is I've only got 2 actions left, and each action can only do 1 hit, so I'm not going to take this thing out if I use my regular weapons against this truck, but I do have grenades. The thing about grenades is they have an explosion effect, which means every hit they do will cause a separate hit on the hostile. Right? These ones, if you score 1 hit or 5 hits with a gun, you're still shooting the same target. Right? So it's only ever going to hit once. So let's take an action and toss one of these grenades, and we'll see what we can do with this. Expended, penetration 1. Explosion 4 rolls, and at range 0 we get a kill on a 6. Fortunately, the rulebook comes with a glossary at the end, or the card keywords. So if we look at expended, for example, it says perform an attack, then discard the card or counter, which is what we're going to do. And then for penetration, add the noted value to the weapon's defeat cover rolls. Okay, and I'm going to tell you about cover rolls right now. Remember, we're attacking this large truck. It has this value in the bottom left, a number 4. Okay, that shows you how much cover this hostile has. Basically, how hard it is to hit. Now, you've got a load of custom dice with this game. They're not necessarily the most familiar kind of dice, but you have a D6 that looks like this, and a D10 that looks like this. Alright, for the cover roll, you're rolling a D6, and to defeat that cover of 4, we need a 4 or higher on a D6. Alright, if we don't defeat the cover, then we're not going to kill the target. We're going to suppress it. Alright, we're going to keep it behind that cover so it can't fire back. Alright, that's the idea. For our weapon though, in this case the grenade, we get to roll this number of dice, 4 dice. Alright, compare that to the rifle. It's got 2 modes, a semi automatic mode and an automatic mode. Semi rolls 1 and auto rolls 3. And you might ask yourself, well, why would you ever want to roll anything other than the most dice you can to try and get those kills? Alright, we're going to roll a D10 to get those. Okay, we want 6 or higher from our grenade. Well, the reason why is because it doesn't affect grenades, but on your rifle it has these reload values. If you roll equal or less, then you have to stop and reload. Okay, so the more dice you roll, the more chance it is that you'll run out of ammo and you'll need to reload. Okay, that makes sense, right? So we're going to roll 1d6 and then 4d10 for our hits. They come in different colours, so you can kind of mix them up if you wish. Alright, let's give them a roll. Now remember, we've got penetration 1. So although we need to hit a 4, we get a +1 for this dice because of our penetration. It's able to penetrate cover this grenade. Alright, let's see what we get. We've got our 4, okay, so we've penetrated their cover. In fact, we've got a +1, so that's 5. And we've got a 3. We've got a 1. We've got an 8. And we've got a 10. Our kill number at range 0, we're in the same location as the truck, is a 6. 6 or higher is a kill. We've got 2 kills and we've defeated their cover. Alright, if this was a less than 4, so 2, then these would be suppresses instead of kills. So I'm going to take 2 kill tokens. They're double-sided. They got suppressed on one side and killed on the other. And then we can knock out 2 of these 3. We haven't quite done enough to take out this enemy. We've got 1 spot left, so we've done good. We've done good. I was hoping for 3, but 2's okay. 2's okay. We've still got a chance because we've got an action left here on Nur. So let's see. We've got the M4 carbine at range 0. It has a kill value of 6, and we can roll just 1 dice or 2 dice. So I'm going to roll 2. I want to try and get this 6 or above. Okay. It's not going to be easy. We've got just 2 rolls. Remember, we need to get this, but if I can suppress it, that'll be good. I'm not too bad. Even if we get 1 hit, I'm quite happy. No bonuses this time, no modifiers. But we got a good roll. We got our 4, so we've penetrated their cover. We've got a 2, no good. But we've got an 8 here. That exceeds our kill value. Remember, 0 range it was 6, at 1 range, so if we were in the next location it would be 9. The reload value is 2, we've rolled a 2. If any of our dice are equal to or lower than the reload value, then our clip gets emptied. We'll flip this token, and that means we can't fire until we take a reload action. The good news is we do have our kill, and we really needed that because this thing's got this reinforce ability too. During the reinforcement phase, he's going to get extra reinforcement. Not only that, we've got this event to deal with, plus the reinforcement of just the location. So this was a real triple whammy if we hadn't taken this out. Reinforce, reinforce, reinforce. We've taken down this one. This is going to give us some experience points. It's going to give us 3 experience points. So this gets discarded. We'll put it up in the hostiles discard pile. That's our enemy kill in action. And take 3 experience points. And these go to the soldier that executed that kill attack. Alright, so these go to Nur. Not that it matters because these are kind of like a shared pool if you like, playing solo. You know, you can use them for, it's the whole party, it's the whole team. Now the good news was, if I had failed, I did have snapshot. You may perform an attack without spending an action. So Shelton could have had another attack here if I spent this card. It's a nice one to have. But it says you, and then in square brackets any soldier. What that means is you spend 1 XP to allow you to use the ability here, or the text in the square brackets. Okay, this is called upgunning. For now though, I think we've run out of actions. Let's finish off. So that's the player or the soldier turns. Pay any retainment costs. We haven't got any retainment costs to pay. So that's the soldier turn over. Now it's the hostiles turn, and we've got that all-important reinforcement draw. Let's do the location first. We have got 2 things going on here. We've got the event and the location. And the marketplace has a reinforcement value of 1. What that means is we have to draw reinforcement. The experience points value, this one was a 3 remember, has to match. Okay, some of them have like 0 to 1, which means a 0 or a 1. This one has specifically a 1. So this reinforcement will come into play if this reinforcement has a 1. And you're going to do this for every location that has a soldier in it. Okay, it doesn't matter there's 3 soldiers here, you just do it once. Once for each location with a soldier gets a reinforcement draw. We're looking for something other than a 1. It is a 1, and it's some infantrymen. Now we're going to do the same for this one. But let's first assign this to one of our soldiers. Let's take a random chit. Any hostiles that are defeated, their chits go back into this pot. And we've got a 2. It's going to be no. Okay, these are attacking no. Now this one says, remember this is our event, okay, movement of troops. During each reinforcement step, if there's a soldier in this location, draw a reinforcement card. The hostile appears if it's a 0 or a 1, a 0 or a 1. Let's draw again. It's another 1, it's another infantryman. And this time it's going to number 2, it's no again. Okay, so you've got 2 infantrymen here, and they've each got 2 reticles each, 2 hits each. Now we're at range 0, we're in the same location, so they'll attack if they're at range 0 or 1. If we're outside this range, then they would move one location closer. And they've got 2 health, so they're at full health. So you're going to get 1 roll, and a 2 or less is a miss, 3 to 6 is 1 wound, 7 plus is 2 wounds. So we're rolling 1d10 and 1 dice for the cover roll. Remember, we got the cover roll. Now what's Nur's cover? It's 3, so 3 or higher, and Nur is either suppressed or wounded. Right, it's a 6, so they've got a kill wound and a 6. A 3 to 6 is 1 wound. Yeah, she's going to take it, obviously. These are the wound tokens. Got 1 wound on Nur. There's an NPS, so a non-player soldier. What that means is, you look at this one, so she's gone down from 3 health to 2 health. She's still okay, but at 1 health she's only got 1 action instead of 2, and then at 0 she's out of action, obviously. For Shelton, if your player soldier takes a wound, it reduces the health down, which remember is their hand size. Okay, so 1 less card for Shelton. That was the first infantry. The second one is also attacking Nur, so we're going to roll those dice again. Same stats. And this time we've got a 1 and a 5. So Nur's suppressed. If either of these miss, then your soldier's just going to pick up 1 suppress. Okay, if that one misses or this one misses. If both miss, then nothing happens. If both succeed, then it's a wound. Alright, so Nur's going to pick up a suppress. I mean, I do have this card, which is the cautious support card, stealth card. Play after you or any soldier roll for a hostile card's attack and cancel the attack. So I could have played this and used 1 XP to avoid, the first or the second attack, but I want to save that card. I like it a lot, and we're doing okay actually. Obviously we need to take out these soldiers next time, these infantrymen, which is going to be tough, but I'm happy to take that suppress for now. We're going to have to use an action on our next turn to get rid of that suppress token. We can't take any other actions other than remove suppress while we've got suppress tokens on us. And we've kind of reached the end now. Counters if there were any. So each hostile gets to remove a suppression, so they're ready for the next turn if you like. And then finally we advance the mission timer. So this goes from 11 down to 10. So we haven't got a great deal of time. For now, let's wrap up and join me next time and we'll talk about some of these other actions. You're going to see us perform some of these actions before we can continue. Remember, we don't want to hang around in this marketplace because you've got the reinforcement twice because of this event as well. Okay, so we want to deal with this and move on if we can. That's it for now. See you next time.